It's September here at Shady Country Distillery in FS22, and this month we have a break in harvesting. With our moonshine production running at peak efficiency, we'll be using this month to cultivate our biggest field as we go into fall. Welcome back to the farm. You can find a link to this series in the description or in the comments below, and of course, check out the channel page for other farming series you might like. Well, our chickens need food, and I just tried to feed them some oats. They won't take oats. Now, that may sound like common knowledge. I actually didn't know that because, well, it just says they eat grain, and I fed them canola, I fed them wheat, so I figured oats. Why not oats? Nope, not oats. So if it wasn't common knowledge, if you didn't know that, there you go. So we're going to have to get some wheat for our chickens, I guess. Well, I bought some wheat for our chickens because oats is currently the only grain that we've got here. So we're starting off September by, we're going to run to the store and pick up some wheat that I bought because, yeah, oats are the only grain that we've got here right now. Yeah, I mean, I was feeding them canola, and of course they eat wheat, so and in the menu it just says grain, so I figured oats, but now. Right. Now we got a new attachment on the back of the tractor. That is, that will come into play later. It's something I was using to pick up, yeah, stuff. Well, it's a crane. It's a crane attachment. It's stuff. It was something I was using to pick stuff up. It's really handy with the Traverse I have on it. It's really handy to pick up multiple objects. And I got in the tractor to move. Oh yeah, I'm going to move this canola over here. Well, I got in this tractor to load the wheats, but now the wheats are at the store. So we're going to drive the truck to the store. So welcome to September, everyone. And so I was going to start off by feeding the chickens, but well, we're going to get some wheat and then do that. We've got field work to do, so I got the rest of the straw off of our field, our new big field. I got the rest of the straw baled and sold. Earned a good bit of money from that, and decent money from all of our stuff. I forget exactly how much money we had last month because it's changed a lot. We made a lot of money from selling all that straw, and of course our moonshine business is going very well. Put that canola oil in there for now. That canola oil, we got quite a bit in here to sell. There's, I don't know, 5 pallets of it. So that's a lot of money right there that we can sell if we need. So we made good money off the moonshine and straw. But, oh yeah, if you'll notice over here, we've got 3 pallets of sugar. Sugar's not cheap. I had to restock our stills with sugar. And then I went ahead and bought 3 more pallets just so that we have extra, so we can restock them as they run out, because we've got a lot of moonshine working over there. So that was a pretty big cost. We actually at one point had probably about $140,000, but there were some expenses, and of course I bought 6 or so pallets of the sugar. But anyway, so we got that over there. We want to, we want to go to the store, and we want to grab the wheat that we got for the chickens. Let's go ahead and park this tractor over here. I got all of our production stuff has been taken care of. A lot of it needed filling. I got wooden boxes. I filled everything we have with wooden boxes, and everything should be good on the production front. You know, with having the water it needs, the water, seeds, compost, everything that everything needs. So let's hop over to the store, and we're just going to take the truck, grab some wheat for our chickens, and then we're going to get out in the field with our New Holland and start working on our field some. So the reason I have that crane on the back of the tractor, it's because I was here at the store and I was buying wooden boxes. We have to fill our production-based stuff with wooden boxes, you know, like our garden, greenhouses, and our jam production. We have to fill those with wooden boxes for the, you know, output of the product. And it's really tedious picking up those wooden boxes one by one and loading them in the truck. So I did some looking around and found that with a crane, with a proper traverse on it, I could lower that down and with straps pick up the boxes, you know, 20 at a time. That's why I have that on there. So I was able to fill everything with wooden boxes, and actually I bought 2 mini boxes, and they're all loaded in the trailer, but rest assured we'll never have to worry about that again. That was a really big hassle, you know, just every time having to load and unload by hand. Now, we're going to get this to our chickens. Our chickens are completely out of food. They have been busy with other things and hadn't even noticed. All right, there is one. Let's see if I can push it up in the truck a little bit. Hopefully this one here, this next one will push it in straight. That's about as good as they're going in there. Let's see if I can push these up. Yeah, mostly that will be good enough. Alright, let's get back and, yeah, we got hungry chickens that need wheat. And then, we'll check on some things, but I think everything should be good, and we can get out, what we need to do in our field is, well, fall tillage, because we harvested the field. I have baled and removed all the straw, so that's going to be the next thing. Go strap down and strapped in, and let's get back to the farm. On the way back to the farm, I just want to say thanks a lot, guys, and I really appreciate your views, and I appreciate your subscription, as I've been getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and waiting for that. Just want to say that I appreciate you watching, and if you're not subscribed, really appreciate if you subscribed and help the channel get to 1,000. It's my first real big goal for the channel, and of course I appreciate your guys' input and everything as well. Alright, so we're back here at the farm. Just go ahead and shut that down. The thing is loud. Alright, now let's get our chickens fed so we can get to work on other things. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the crane on the back of the tractor for now. I don't have any other plans for it, but man, it is handy for picking up boxes. Oh yeah, I was driving the tractor up to the chicken pen. No, we need to drive it to the truck first to grab our wheat out of the back. Chicken feed. Yeah, I just assumed oats would work, and maybe on some maps it does. Yeah, there is that. One thing I have noticed, whoops, I need to, yeah, depth perception problem there. One thing I've noticed, you know what, we're going to need a different, yeah, let's get our forks. Different maps, definitely the animals have different requirements, so yeah, there is that. So don't take that for granted, like the map you're on, maybe oats do work, you know, maybe they did on some maps, and maybe that's why I thought that. I forgot about that. Some maps will have special needs for animals. So here at least, yeah, let's drop these off. Why can't I, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I was having some control issues there with, well, because I've got two devices hooked to the tractors that use the same controls, and it's being very annoying right now. There, I couldn't operate my forks. Probably because, yeah, the crane and the forks use the same controls, and I gotta toggle it back. Alright. So, yeah, there is that. I could unhook the crane. It would probably save me some, a little bit of frustration. Just need to get these out of here. Alright, nice and careful. Now, I don't know how much wheat the chicken pen holds. 1,000, that's weird. I swear when I bought this it said, oh no, it did say 1,000. It was $1,500. Yeah, so here we got 2,000 liters of chicken feed. Let's get this to them. There we go. Once we get this offloaded in here, we'll have an idea how much they need. Alright, let's have a look at this. Chickens. They can definitely take more than 1,000. Yeah, it ran all the way out. I was keeping an eye on their straw and water, but somehow neglected the food, and that's my bad. Well, so it looks like they'll hold, what, about 6,000 maybe? 5,000 or 6,000 maybe? So, I'll keep an eye on that, and I did think about planting some canola. Yeah, I haven't decided fully what to plant on our big field yet. Oats are definite. Corn was a consideration, and later last month, later last month and earlier this month, I've been thinking, what about canola? As I see that our mill is still producing canola oil from our canola harvest last year, and it makes a lot of money. It's very profitable. Canola oil is very profitable and easy for us to make. It could be a good side profit. And so our big field, I might not plant it all oats. We might plant it like part oats, part canola, something like that. And our chickens, of course, can eat canola. So there's that. Now, do we need the tractor? I don't think we need this tractor for anything. Let's just go ahead and let's park it over here. I think we're going to grab the New Holland. Now, I've used it, but you guys haven't seen... yeah, we haven't used it in an episode yet. So, I used it to... I did some tillage on part of this field here, but I haven't taken it out to the big field yet, although it might actually be out there. Let me think. Is that where it's at? You know, I bet it is. I bet it's out there now. I didn't work out there with it, but I think I took it out there in preparation because I knew that we were going to be using it here this month. And let's check make sure there's nothing else. You know, let's check our other fields here before we head out there. Let's have a look at our fields over here. And yeah, also while we're back here, yeah, so before we head out and let's have a look at apples or moonshine, etc. like that. All right. Let's get some of these apples over to our stills so we can keep the production here going. Yeah, I totally did catch up on the production. At the end of last month, I caught up on the production, but another day ticked by and we've got more stuff here. So we're going to run these over to the stills. All right, so we're going to want to distribute these, I don't know, fairly evenly. But here, let's just back these up. So let's just back them up to this still over here. I know this one right here, yeah, that'll be fine. Let's put those in there. And we'll toss those in there. All right, so we've got a couple cases of moonshine. We'll take this over to the warehouse. Just want to, yeah, keep an eye on what's being produced over here. These should all be good on their materials that they need. Let's take these to our storage, see how many we've got. All right, so we got those in storage, and just taking a cursory glance in here. Oh, we got quite a few. Yeah, there's quite a few cases of moonshine. So if we got time later, we can make a trip and sell some moonshine. That's good because we made pretty good income from it last month. I know after I filmed last month's episode, later on in the month, I made another run, and it was a pretty good, profitable run. And I see in there in the storage now, we've got, yeah, well, that's good. That's why we're keeping the production, keeping everything stocked and keeping the farm going. I mean, the farm's running at a level now where we're keeping a solid, steady level of production, and it's really awesome. So let's get this. Tractor should be out here in the field, ready to start tilling. Yeah, it looks like it's out there. Yeah, oh, that's right. We get that new disc harrow. I mean, I knew that because I used because I bought it, and I used it in our one of our fields over there where we just were. All right. Well, you guys ready to get to work with the New Holland? That's an awesome tractor we've got there. Let's park the truck somewhere where it'll be out of the way, like right here maybe. All right, so this field may end up like half oats. I'm thinking maybe like half or more oats, and then maybe some corn, and then maybe a little bit of canola. Hard to say. I don't know yet, but the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to want to till the whole field. And it doesn't need... Well, let's till it. Let's run the disc harrow, and then we'll see what it needs. Oh, it's got rocks on it. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. We'll have to revisit that once we get this... run the disc through here. Do some full tillage out here. Now, this one is a lot wider and more efficient than the one we had. Well, we got a bigger tractor to run it with now, so there you go. Now let's get this started here and see how this goes. Yeah, this is a lot. Obviously, it's a lot wider. And we want to run this. Yeah, that's right. This field runs at an angle. All right. Well, this shouldn't be. No, this shouldn't be too bad at all. This disc harrow is actually quite a bit wider than our harvester, and we can move quite a bit faster. So, yeah, it's nice having the big tools. I'm glad we found this tractor. Wow, this is a pretty pleasant ride. It's a pretty smooth, pleasant ride. Yeah, this will make quick work of this field. So I'll just go along the north edge up here, and then when we get back down there, I'll go around the south edge as well. So give us some room to turn around, and then we can go north and south up this guy and hopefully get this knocked out fairly quick. And yeah, definitely oats for sure. I liked when I noticed, if you were here last episode, and if not, there's a link to the playlist in the description. I've been saying there was the whole time, and I noticed a couple episodes ago that there actually wasn't, but there is now. There is now. I've corrected that. There is a link in the description. However, of course, I've been putting a link down in the comments every episode anyway. So, but yeah, if you missed the last episode or any of the episodes, there's a link to the whole playlist down there. And last episode, yeah, I found that oats, well, not only good for making moonshine from grain, but also making moonshine from potatoes. Oats are an ingredient in that as well. So oats are kind of dual purpose here on the farm. Now, going down south, we want to go about this angle here. Will have us follow the field. Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm just locking my compass heading at 225 degrees south and 45 degrees, northeast. That takes us up and down the field here. And it's a beautiful day, and yeah, it's a pretty field. I like this field because we get to see the cars go along the road here. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks here. I'm looking at the rocks laid out in the field. The disc harrow doesn't appear to be aggravating them any, as in, it so far from what I could see, just as we've only run a little bit around the outside, I don't see any evidence of it pulling up bigger rocks, which is sometimes the case when you have, we have pretty decent, if you can see them here, we have a decent amount of kind of small rocks laying around the field, and a lot of times when that is the case, running a tool like this can compound that, but it doesn't seem like it right now. Different tools are different. I haven't used this disc harrow a whole lot yet, so I wanted to see. Well, actually, there's a way I can check that because I did run this disc harrow on our other field. I can see if it what it did over there because I've completely disked that field. Right now, let's get this back. I'll check that one. Let's get this back to start down here, and this might be about enough room for us to turn around in so we can go north and south up and down the field. Yeah, it's a pretty big field, man. That was so many straw bales. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you how many straw bales, but you saw in the last video I loaded a couple trailer loads of them, and the first trailer load I think I took 10, and then the one at the end of the video I think had like 14 or something on it. Well, I took a couple loads up there where I piled it twice as high, which is really dangerous because, yeah, I piled them, like that first load where we had 10 bales. Well, I had one where I loaded 20. I loaded it the same way, only I stacked it double high. And, yeah, I had to go about 10 miles an hour to the sale point because I was afraid it could tip over. It was so tall. So I just want to see here. Okay, so here, this right here is the field that I already ran the disc harrow on this year. You can see the 0 fertilizer state. I just ran a disc harrow over it, and there are 0 rocks on it. So this particular disc harrow does not pull up rocks. Yeah, some do, some don't. This one won't pull up any rocks. So this field here, the rocks that are on it are the ones that need to be pulled up. And I thought I lowered this. Well, I guess I didn't. Let's back this up here. And the tool we've been using to pick up rocks is pretty small, kind of small enough. I'm kind of don't want to use it on an 8-hectare field, but well, we're gonna have to. We don't have to, but yeah, I'd like to get the rocks off this field, save wear and tear on the equipment and such like that, improve crop yield. We'll just get a bit more here on the south edge of the field to turn around with. Now that we've made a couple passes up and down the field, I think Well, I was going to say, I think it's going to go pretty quick, but then when I look up the field, I see, yeah, well, it's, I decided 8 hectares is what, yeah, it's like 20 acres. Decent sized field. It's going to take, it takes a little bit, but at least it's a nice September day. There's that. And decided that, yeah, whatever we're planting on here, we'll plant it next year. Yeah, because oats, we kind of have to really, yeah, we can't plant oats till next year. And then if we plant corn on the other half or whatever we decide, it's probably going to be the same thing. And what is our fertilization here? It is nothing. So this needs fertilizer. Oh yeah, and whatever we plant, we've got that air cart that we bought fairly recently, a few episodes ago. Well, but we don't have we need the planter to go with it. So yeah, we got the tractor, we've got the air cart, we'll need the planter to go with that. I was kind of hoping something like that would come up on sale. I haven't looked at used equipment that's for sale here locally yet. I'll see. It's a pretty slim chance one of those will just happen to come up for sale, so I'll probably end up buying that. But it'll be a bigger planter is what it is. It's a bigger planter that'll hook up to the air cart, and it'll be great for planting a field like this. When I got that, the air cart, I had no idea that, well, I knew that I wanted to be working on a bigger field for the farm, but we didn't have this field lined up yet. Now we do. So we'll want to look at the planter to go with our new equipment and our tractor here, of course. I haven't looked at used equipment yet this month, I don't think. We can have a look. There's a planter for sale there, a really nice big one, but yeah, it's very expensive. It's used. It's quite a discounted price, but we have basic, we have the air cart, which is basically like half of the planter already purchased, right? So we're looking for a very specific one, and it'll be cheaper than that too. So we'll deal with that later. But yeah, anyway, that'll be when we're planting this. We're going to have, all I'm saying is we'll have good big planting equipment to plant this field next year when the time comes. For now, it's all about getting this tilled. This is going to take a while, I guess. Big field. But we've got a good enough start that should be able to kind of turn this around pretty easily. If we watch it, we can get a rhythm down here, I think. And this is one of those cool times when what we're doing here on our farm is we're kind of caught up to and matching, what's going on right now. As I post this video right now in real life, because the farms down the street from me are currently, doing fall tillage now. Yeah, so yeah, it's just one of those times in the series when, oh look, it's about the time that is in real life now, and seeing a lot of the same farm work done down the road from me here. I left it stripped down there. I'm seeing if I can. Well, there's plenty of time. It's all about learning a new field. I'm seeing if I can get this quickly turned around, but you really can't. Yeah, this field it's the angle that this field is at. This tractor, this tool, this field's been very annoying. Trying to find a fast way to do this, and there just isn't one. So that's actually the quickest and best I've made one of those turns. But again, I've got 8 hectares here of up and down the field to iron out a good method. Down there's a strip left where I figured, what if I turn a little, turn not as tight and then leave a row to come back on. But I'll just go back and get that, and we'll just have to do this field a few more times. Sometimes that's what it takes, to do the field a few more times to kind of like really figure out, really get the turning down on it. But yeah, it's going fairly fast. I think that by the time I get it figured out, the field will be mostly done, probably. Alright, now I'm going to come back and get this. Yeah, I left this. I thought I was leaving most of a trip, but I guess not. So let's get those on the way back up. And then work on the rest of this. We'll get this fertilized. Let's see. Well, it depends. I'm going to hold off on the fertilizer until I see the planter that we're getting and how it works. Because this field will need both stages of fertilization for the crop. Well, we'll deal with that next year at planting time. Although, however, now that we're working the soil here, it doesn't need lime. No, it doesn't need lime, just fertilizing. Now, let's see if I can turn better this time. It's not the easiest field to do this on and quickly eyeball it. It's not. Sometimes certain fields are. See, this one is not. I can't eyeball this field. I've not had any luck with it so far. Every time I turn around, it's been doing this, turning and then readjusting, and it's taken way longer than it needs to take. But yeah, but we'll get it, and it's a nice, big, beautiful field, and I like having a big field. I wasn't sure when we started this farm if we were going to have a big field. Production we were doing is pretty small. But yeah, the production is, it started small, now it's not small. We're working much bigger, selling more product, and working big fields, which is great. I like working big fields. That tractor looks pretty nice going up that field. I like this tractor. I do. I like this tractor a lot. It's got 310 horsepower. There's definitely, we can upgrade it to have more. But that's the engine that this one had. That's what it's got, 310 horsepower. And that's fine for everything we need right now. It is. It's a really good tractor. It doesn't have a 3-point lifter on the back, but it does have a power takeoff for the PTO shaft. It does have a power takeoff on the back, regular hitch and a power takeoff. So it's really got everything that we need on it. It's a pretty good tractor. It's New Holland. And now let's see if I can do a little more efficient turning here. So I've been having issues with this. How was that? Oh, yeah. I think so. All right. Well, it's like I said earlier. Yeah, run a few trips up and down the field and might just get the hang of it. That was... Well, as you're learning a field, or you're going up and down the field, that's one way to keep yourself occupied, is try to learn it, get a better feel for it, and make it more efficient. I'll have to see if I can do that on the other end. Imagine if this field was... Well, I was going to say, imagine if this field was all oats, because that's what I was talking about planting here. But yeah, it was just all oats. That's literally why we just harvested off it. So yeah, I can imagine that it turns out to be, what, about 80,000 or so liters of oats and 50 or so bales of straw from that. So yeah, don't need to imagine. I know what that would be like. Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking maybe do half of it corn or something, a different product that we can also make alcohol out of, separately. Yeah, that would be wise, because our distillery only has so much capacity for one kind of grain. It'd be wise to mix it up, and I turned a little bit too much there. Let's see, is that set right? Maybe. Unless that Discaro swings out another... No? Okay, well, we're set for another run north up the field. So this is most of what I'll be doing this month. There's no crops to harvest here in September. Not till next month. I think our corn will be ready to harvest next month. And I didn't turn that quite right. Yeah, that's anyway, I think our corn is going to be next month. Let's see if I get that readjusted right. Oops. Turn the cruise control on, that would help. I think I did a little backwards S-turn action to get us lined up. There we go. Yeah, so our corn is going to be harvested next month. And yeah, so for this month, I'm going to finish this and manage the production stuff throughout the rest of the month. Glad that I saw that our chickens needed food. And maybe this would be a good time to look into a bakery. I think I could see about getting a bakery built on our property. There's likely a bakery in town, but to buy it would cost way more money. I think it would be cheaper to build a small bakery on our property, as you know, we have the stills on our. I mean, we're technically like a corporation now. We are a distillery company. We have the grain mill on our land, the distillery on our land. So I think it would be probably wise to put the bakery on our land. That way we can make bread, and that'd give us another flavor, if you will, of moonshine to add to our lineup. Make moonshine from bread, and that would also allows us to use a greater volume of oats, because that way we can be producing moonshine directly from the oats, moonshine from the potatoes with the oats, and then moonshine also with bread made from oats. Because we already have a lot of volume of oats. We already have 80 or so thousand liters of oats from the previous harvest of this earlier this year. And I was talking while I did that. Did I line this up right? Ish. Yeah, I got a little wiggly on it, but yeah, I did. I just didn't have my compass set right. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I'm going to finish up this row here, and then I will take care of the rest of this myself. We're going to get down here, finish this run, and let's sell some moonshine, make some money here in September's episode. Let's, sell some moonshine, make some money, and maybe sell some of that canola oil that we have as well. We've got, 5 pallets of it? I'm not currently using it for any production. That's just leftover for canola from last year's harvest that I didn't do anything with. And you see, it was sitting in our silo. We harvested so much oats from this field that there was no room in the silo for the canola. I had to take it out and do something with it. So I converted it to canola oil, which sells really well. So maybe we'll sell some canola oil along with the moonshine. That'll be a pretty good profit. I think the best way to do this, let's get this finished here. There we go. Just enough room to turn out of the way of the tree. Now let's get this folded up, and then we're gonna, we'll just take this back down there and park this back down by the truck. Yeah, it's a pretty big field. I mean, I say that a lot. But yeah, as I'm just slowly driving, actually not even slowly, I'm going the tractor's top speed across this field to get back to where we parked our truck. And yeah, it's not small. All right. Now that's a good tractor. Let's leave it here. And so we're going to load up the moonshine in our truck. And there should be room to put canola oil in the truck behind it. And might be able to knock both of those sales out with one trip to town. Alright, so let's get this truck fired up. And I didn't see exactly, well, we're about to find out. I didn't see exactly how much moonshine we have in here, but we're about to find out. Let's get this, this'll do. All right, let's see. Moonshine, we got 11. Isn't that the exact same amount that we took to sell last episode? I think it might be. All right, now unfortunately, I've been trying. I tried, and there's no good way. When you're loading this many crates of moonshine, there's just no good way to load them in there. It's just limitations of what I'm working with here. You cannot get up in the truck and move them. I tried. I've been, yeah. Well, the thing is, when you throw them in here like this, they don't like to sell sometimes. They don't want to sell unless the cases are upright. And so I told myself this time I'm going to stack them in there perfect so they'll sell just fine. But the problem is, you can't climb up there and move them. They're difficult no matter how you do this. It's just the system of the game, and that's just how it is, unfortunately. See, I wanted to put some canola oil behind these. What the heck? That went back in the warehouse, I think. But I don't think I can get these up far enough. And you really you can't climb up there and adjust them. It's a real pain. I'm just having some issues with that. Yes, one of those moonshines went back into the warehouse. There it is. All right, but I think they're far enough forward. I think that we can fit canola oil behind it. There we go. Yeah, I hate to throw that in there like that. I really do, but you can't climb up there and move them. I was just messing with that, and you just can't. I'm also having issues today of low frame rate, so if it comes through in the video, I apologize. For some reason, my frames have been, largely under 30, which is, whoops, didn't mean to shut that down, which is very frustrating on my end. All right, let's get this up here. And I might need to restart my computer. It's kind of been a little bit of a pain today. All right, so yeah, we can definitely fit some canola oil behind this. Let's go ahead, and this way we can just make the one trip to the store. And I'm going to unstrap those. This way, when we put in, might be able to slide them forward a little bit. And I did the same thing. Boy, how many times have I done this? I parked the truck there thinking, oh, this is convenient, but no, I'm completely blocking where the pallets are going to be for the canola oil. Let's move this over here some. Need room to get at the pallets with the tractor. So we want to park the truck here. For some reason I do that because I see the pallets there, so I park the truck so we can load them, but the output for the storage is actually over here. There. Now that is much better. Oh, let's unstrap these. There we go. Alright. Yeah, the frames being under 30, it's a thing where it kind of, I apologize, it kind of annoys me sometimes. If you know what I'm talking about, it hurts my eyes. It's funny how spoiled we get by that kind of stuff, isn't it? But it does. It hurts my eyes because it's... Right, so anyway. Canola oil, we want to grab out... Let's just grab out 2 pallets for now. 2. I'm sure that... surely we can fit 2 back there. And that should sell for about $10,000 to $11,000. And that'll be some good money right there. I've been saving the canola oil. We might have a use for it. Right now, we don't have any use for it other than selling it. But I figured, well, in case we do, we could keep it. But we can sell a couple here. So I'll just put these back here behind the moonshine. So we can just make one trip to town. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. Our truck will be pretty loaded down, but should work just fine. This canola oil is heavy. If you've seen me load this previously before, the pellets, they're small, but they're deceptive. They're very heavy. At least as heavy as a bale of straw. I mean, enough so that this tractor won't handle more than one of those pallets. It'll tip the tractor over with more than one pallet, believe it or not. All right. So, all right, let's pack this up. Close. And close. All right, to the store we go with 2,000 liters of canola oil and 1,100 liters of moonshine. All right, so here we are at the Victoria store. This is where we're going to sell the canola oil. And it should just take it out of the back of the truck here. There we go. Yep. That's $9,000 actually. It was selling for more. Yeah, I mean, it fluctuates. Yeah, it fluctuates. Last time we were selling canola oil, it was about $5,500 a pallet, I believe. But still, $9,000 for a couple pallets. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It sells for a lot more than had we just sold the canola by itself, of course. But of course, it has to be processed into the oil, you know. But it is more profitable overall. Now, hopefully, yeah, I mean, the cases of moonshine are thrown back there. Kind of, well, the thing is, they kind of have to be. Hopefully, they will sell easily out of the back of the truck. I'll undo the straps back there, and we'll see. How easily this goes. $11,000. How many did actually sell? All right, so all but 2. So we'll just have to jump up here and try to fix these, which is doable. There we go. There's one more, and there we go. All right, so that's doable. But when there are several in here, yeah, you really can't manipulate them around. But anyway, we've got those sold. All right, so we're back up to the money that I had before we. Well, before I bought the sugar pallets, or a couple of them anyway, and before we bought the chicken feed, kind of back up to the money that we had. Well, we just made 20 grand. More than that, actually. Yeah, well, I guess I spent some on something because I had this much money before I was filming the episode. Later last month, I had about this much money. Well, it goes to places and things for costs. Anyway, thanks a lot for following along in September. For the rest of September, yeah, we're going to finish that field. And then next month, I'll be back with you guys next episode for next month. And next month, we'll be doing the corn harvest. That should be next month anyway. Corn harvest. This month, really all there is left to do is manage production. Hopefully, we'll make some more money from our production and finish tilling that field. So, thanks so much for following along, guys. I will catch you next time.